I took what you gave me. Destroyed it all. I had to lose everything to know that I was wrong. And now I see what was true all along. Avoiding me. Now that everything is gone.
What is up, our people? How are y'all doing today?
What's up? What's up?
Let's get us to where we're not too brutally loud in the mics. How are we doing today, people? Welcome to Bourbon Budz, episode 5. We are on our 4th series in our barrel, our infinite barrel, our Bourbon Budz infinite barrel, batch 1. How many of you guys have been following us since we started this infinite barrel? Let us know in the comments. How are you today, John?
I'm doing fantastic, buddy.
Life is good.
Yep. So here we are.
So we do have a disclosure, a disclaimer, I guess you would say. we had a party for my son, Jade, who is going to the Army next week. We had a birthday party for him / a going away party for him on Sunday. And we came up with a bright idea. We had about 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces left of some Green River Foolproof. And my buddy John right here, we made a decision to just go ahead and pour it in the barrel. So we added some stuff. We just wanted to let everybody know. We said we'd be transparent about it. Hey, Athena, how are you, chick?
Hey, it's been a while. How you doing?
But yeah, so we always said we'd be transparent about it. So we were just making sure you guys were aware of what actually went into the barrel. Now, if you were watching us last week, you know that we got a little drunk and we decided to pour a bunch of extra stuff in the barrel. And so it's going to speed the process up a little bit.
We'll apologize for last episode.
Yeah, we got a little drunk. We were making them pours a little bit too big.
Yeah.
But you know, we don't just drink bourbon for the taste of it. We also like to get drunk every now and then. And it had been a while since we had got drunk. So, you know, last Friday was the day.
This one will be a little more mellow for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
For you guys.
So on today's episode, we actually decided to do a toasted edition. So if you notice in the title of the video, today is Bourbon Budz Live 5 Toasted Edition. We've got a great spread of toasted bourbons up here. Starting out from your left to right is K-Loop Blended Toasted Barrel. We've got Penelope Toasted Louisiana Edition. We've got Basil Hayden Toasted. We've got Fearless Toasted, which if you've watched our previous shows, you know that is one of our favorites so far of the year. We've got Copper and Cast Toasted Oak. We've got Michter's Toasted Limited Edition. And last but not least, we've got Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. So all 7 of these are going to be on our Wheel of Fortune. And we're going to pick 3, maybe 4 random ones, depending on how we're feeling throughout the episode. Yeah, Ben, the Penelope Toasted is, that's our shit. It was my shit first. I'm just letting you know.
It is a very good pour.
That is still one of my favorite pours to date. I can be honest about that. The Basil Hayden Toasted is good too. It is. It's a little light, but it's definitely good. Little drunk. Doug, hey, look. Hey, look, while you on, Doug, I just want to let you know, Saturday, if you guys want to come here, being with the parades and we don't want to fight with all that, we're definitely in for that.
Yep, we can cook something.
Yeah, we can cook. We can do whatever. But I'm good with everything going down here on Saturday before we leave on Sunday. So we'll touch base outside of this, but just letting you know, it is definitely an option. So, guys, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get our night started. Aiden, if you want to bring up our fun little Wheel of Fortune. So let us know which one you're hoping we land on in the comments before we go ahead and get this rolling. And we're going to try to time this out right. Let me see if I'm doing it right. Yeah, okay.
I can't do it.
So
I'm going to just go ahead and let you do it.
2, 3, go. Oh, I tell you what, it's like we've been practicing this. It's like band rehearsal. We almost look good doing it. Oh, look at you, Ben. Boy, did you not win. Golly.
Wow. I'm not upset at all.
Me neither. So, Penelope, John's famous Penelope. It's Penelope Toasted L.A. Let me tell you guys something, and I mean this wholeheartedly.
I like Basil Hayden too, Brandy.
Not just the Louisiana edition, but I will tell you that the Louisiana edition particularly is absolutely incredible. I've got a couple bottles.
You know where it's at.
Yeah, Penelope Toasted is one of my favorite all time. So we're really excited about this. So it is going to be Penelope Toasted Barrel Strength, one of my favorite things about it. So this bottle comes in at 116 proof. It is a 5-year age, and this batch is 23-10-166. All right, see if we can get a little poppage going for you. That was weak. All right, we're gonna do some more pours today. How about that?
Yeah, do some little tastes instead of some. Don't let me pour it. How about that?
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, good taste. All right, guys. So in true Bourbon Budz fashion, John, I don't know if you wanted your chart, but in true Bourbon Budz fashion, we're gonna taste it, we're gonna smell it, we're gonna see what we think about it, we're gonna let you know what we think about it, and then we're gonna pour 2 ounces into our infinity barrel.
Good.
Yes, Brandy, I gotta agree with you. I think y'all need to get that house next door. I'd really love to know who my neighbors are. So letting you know.
That'd be cool.
I mean, the Sticky Rooster would miss you on Thursdays, but you know they got an Amtrak train that runs to Mobile and back now, so you know. All right, to the first pour of the Toasted Edition. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh, and I mean, immediately, it never gets old. The nose on this is absolutely incredible. It's obvious it's a barrel strength.
Yep.
I mean, it's just a very complex pour. It's not overwhelmingly hot on the
Do a
palate. I know that.
contest to win a taste. So, Andy, I do actually have at my house 2-ounce bottles that seal and are tamper proof, and we could actually do that.
Yeah, we're talking about doing some
We
stuff.
can
We
do
do
that.
want
I'll
to
tell you
bottle
what,
it.
we actually could use our wheel. We could put
What's up, Big Joey?
we could put everybody's name that comes through on the live on a wheel, and
Spin
at the
the
end
wheel
of the
and pick a few.
episode, we could pick somebody
And
to win
mail.
a random.
Pick and mail.
Yep.
You know what?
That's a good idea.
We don't have the stuff with us today to do it, but
Next episode, we doing that.
we're
We'll
off
do that.
next week because I'll be out in the Caribbean. But the week after, when we get back at
What's
it,
up,
actually,
Joey?
the week after is going to be tough too because we're going to Austin, Texas. So if the only way for us to do it would be a different night.
Yeah, we'll
We'd
figure
have to
it
do
out.
it like Monday night because Tuesday's rehearsal before we leave. So we'll figure that out. We'll let you guys know when we decide to get back on.
Yeah, we'll figure
Best
it
case scenario will be the following Monday, which would be the 10th. We may be able to do the Monday. If not, we'll probably be out of pocket next week. Or
That's
we can
okay.
do it
We'll,
Friday night when we get back from Austin.
that's a possibility.
We'll see about that. But that's a great idea, Tandy. We may actually do that. So into the Penelope. And again, the nose on this bottle. Golly, I love this pour. It is one of my favorite pours. It's stout on the nose. It's got some oak. You can smell a little oak in it. Kind of charred smell. But it's got some sweetness.
Yeah. I'll get a sweet barrel.
I pick up some of the bacon spice in it. It's not like a cinnamon. It's more of a allspice in it. I mean, that's what I grab.
I get the allspice. Sweet and spicy and
Yeah,
oaky.
it's just that's like one of my favorite combinations. Kind of like M&Ms and
Yeah,
peanuts
it's
together.
like a
It's
little
just
bit of
great.
everything.
All right, well, let's go.
And here we go.
And just so you know, it's just as good now as it always is, every single time.
Good.
It has been one of the most consistent bottles I've found to date. I absolutely love this pour. The palate is a lot lighter than the nose is. I find the nose has got a little more spunk to it. The palate is a little sweeter. Definitely some toasted. You can taste the char, but it's not overwhelming. Like it's not burnt. It doesn't taste overly charred. It just you taste the char in it.
So get the sweet and the spice, the allspice on the front. On the back end, on the finish, I get the stout barrel flavor.
Yes, I agree. So it's very charred oak on the back,
Yeah, you get the wood
on the finish, but on
on
the
the
palate,
finish.
almost like a cigar blend on the finish. On the palate, I get the sweet. I get it's almost like actually on the palate is a little different than the nose. I feel like on the palate it's more of a cinnamon versus on the nose it's more of like an allspice. But yeah, still, I mean, either way, I could be way off on this. No clue. Tastes great. It is absolutely great. I mean, you know, the flip side to it is it's not exactly a cheap bottle. I mean, this bottle runs for about $70. So when you're looking for this bottle, be prepared to spend about $70. What I will tell you is if you're somewhere borderline between the 80 and 90 proofs and the true barrel strength 120s, 125s, just be cautious that this does have a little spunk to it. Not overwhelming, but it's a $70 bottle. I think for the price point, it's a great pour. I mean, I've had it. This is probably my 9th and 10th bottles that I've had of this. So yeah. So yeah. I'll start off with the ranking on this because I'm real partial to this bottle. So first is price point at $70. I think that if you've got any kind of palate established, I think it's a great purchase. I think it is worth the $70. I've bought it, like I said, maybe 9 and 10 times. I think the $70 is fair. the second part, when it comes to the nose and the palate and the finish, it is one of those all around real robust. What I really like. So, I mean, I personally, I don't think it's the best I've ever had, but I think in the ranking of toasteds that I've had, I go 8. I say that this is a solid 8. I mean, and I'm borderline 9. Like I'm on the high end of 8. I could easily go 9, but I have tried a couple of these other toasteds, and I can tell you that they got some bangers coming.
Joey, I'm gonna get to you on that one in a second. I know exactly who you're talking about. But I agree with you on the ranking of this. Penelope Toasted is, I say it's an 8 too. It's there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You're not gonna find anything wrong with it. If you're an avid bourbon drinker, you're gonna enjoy this pour.
Yeah.
100%. I can't say anything different than you already said. Yeah, it's a good price. I mean, you spending that on almost any bourbon you buy anyway.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you start comparing the difference between, hey, what's up, Randy?
What's up, Randy?
So when you start comparing the difference between a $25 and $30 bottle of bourbon versus a $50 to $60 bottle of bourbon, it becomes drastic quick. When you start to get between the $60 and $100 range, there's such a variety that covers. But the truth of it is, there are drastic differences in the bottles when you start getting in that range.
Yeah.
What I like about the Penelope Toasted is at $70, it's consistent. It's always consistent.
I know this is the where'd you put the bottle?
This is the Louisiana edition.
Yeah, I know it's the Louisiana edition, but I've had the regular toasted, and it's almost identical. I find.
Yeah, I find they're really close.
I don't find that just because this is the Louisiana edition that it tastes better. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna disagree a little bit because I've had
the
regular and I've had 2 different Louisiana editions. The Louisiana editions did stand out a little bit to me.
And it doesn't to me, but
it's got a little bit to do with the fact that it's hard to find just the Penelope Toasted versus these are like barrel selects, and you can find them sometimes. Now, this is the one I've seen the most, is the RNDC Louisiana. I bought 4 or 5 bottles of this one. But the truth is, you're right. You're absolutely right. Even the regular Penelope Toasted, absolutely incredible pour. So, guys, we give it a 16 out of 20. I mean, look, that's top tier stuff. There are going to be some, maybe not tonight. There may be some tonight that rank a little higher. What's up? Yeah, there may be some that rank a little higher, but the fact is,
the sound is in the house.
It is a solid pour, and I highly recommend you pick it up if you see it.
So speaking of the sound, hey, that's cool. Anyway, speaking of the sound 228, if you have it, go download the app, subscribe to the magazine. These guys do incredible things for the music industry.
Absolutely.
You need to check it out.
Also, I like where Doug's going with this. So if you happen to have Penelope Toasted, I think that's a great idea. Why don't you go grab the bottle, crack you one, and pour it, and have a sip with us. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it, especially if you haven't had it yet. Try it and let us know what you think in the comments. I think that'd be a great idea.
Yep. So, Joey, while Chet's pouring this, these shots into the barrel, the woman you were talking about that was jamming out the whole entire night in front of Ben, her name is Selena Walker, and she's a newly found fan of ours. That our music changed her life. It saved her from the dark times that she was in, and also she brought her son, which is now a huge fan of us, and he is autistic.
Actually changed the course. You were at the show at Chifuncta, Joey, and that changed the course of the whole show.
Joey, that kid that was there jamming the whole time, that was her son. Yeah, so hopefully that explains a little bit to you, and hopefully her neck is okay.
Yeah,
but
Mom's self.
I love it.
Yeah, so Selena actually brought her son, Alvin,
Yes,
to the
that's
show at
Calvin
Funky.
O'Brien.
And
Is
Joey,
the,
I know
the
you saw the kid, the
kid's
young
name.
kid wearing our merch up at the stage the whole night, jamming out.
He's
That's
actually
Selena's son.
so my new profile picture that I added today. He's actually in my profile picture. That's the kid. Emma, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. Doug, yeah, look, you know that JD single barrel rye is is it the barrel proof?
Brandy. I was.
All right, Luna. Hey, what you think you're doing, girl? Of course, we're not checking to make sure that the dog doesn't get on the video. Y'all say hi to Luna. Luna girl is jealous right now that we're doing this with y'all and not with her. I'll let her hang with us. I'll let her hang with us for a while. I'm okay with it. All right.
That's awesome. Yeah, Joey.
So now we're at the segment of we're gonna talk about a couple updates, some things coming down the pipe. The first thing we want to talk about is our sponsors of Bourbon Budz. You know, we try to mention them every chance we get, but I don't feel like we talk about them enough. So to start, we're going to talk about T3 Treasures and Gifts, our very first sponsor of Bourbon Budz. That's Miss Tammy Waits. She has been a blessing to our show tenfold. She provided us with this infinity barrel, the engraving on it. She's hooked us up with these coasters. We've got our tasting glasses, our Glencairn glasses engraved for our Bourbon Budz. I mean, Miss Tammy does incredible work. A huge shout out to T3 Treasures and Gifts. Make sure you go look her up on Facebook and follow her and hit her up if you want some engraving work done.
And look, I asked personally if y'all could say some prayers for Miss Tammy right now. She's going through some really hard times.
Yeah.
And she needs it. So we appreciate it.
And look, we don't say this about a lot of people all the time, but she deserves it. She is one of the most kind-hearted people we know. She has been one of the best things that's ever happened to not only the band group, but our friend group. She is always there for everybody. She does everything for everybody.
Yep.
We cannot say enough about Tammy. Y'all give Miss Tammy some love in the comments. For all of you that have her as friends, go tag her. Make sure she knows that we love her. Tammy, we love you, and we know you're going to get through all of what you're going through now. Now we're going to talk about our second sponsor. And actually, he's working tonight till close, so he's not in the comments, but Miss Brandy's here. We want to give a huge shout out to Man Cave Candle Company. That's our brother Kevin Harris out in Mobile, Alabama, who's also with Full Circle Entertainment and the Sound 228.
His Man Cave Candle Company is on Etsy.
Yes.
Just look it up. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I love the smell of his candles. And he marketed it for guys to enjoy also. So it's not just it's a woman candles thing. Dudes like it too.
I mean, he made our very own Bourbon Budz edition candles. We didn't ask him to do that. He thought it was a great idea, and I actually agreed with him. And look, if you want one, go hit up his Etsy shop. He's got them available on his Etsy shop. He's got Fruit Loop. He's got a ton of different smells. He's got one that's Swedish fish. He's got a bunch. You will not be disappointed.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah, Fruit Loops. The Fruit Loop one is insane. It smells like Fruit Loops in the milk. It makes you want to drink it when it's melted. It's insane.
Yep.
But yeah, so thank you to our sponsors. We really appreciate everything you do for us. We love you guys. Thank y'all so much. I can't say we couldn't do any of this without you guys, but the truth of the matter is I don't think we want to do any of this without you guys. So thank y'all. Cheers to y'all.
I'll let you explain to them again. I'm just going to get a little closer so they can see it.
All right. So once again, we just finished with the Penelope Toasted Barrel Strength RNDC Louisiana edition. One of our favorite pours to date. Competes with some of the heavy hitters. I highly recommend you get it. Aiden, did you add the 2 ounces of the Penelope Toasted on the list? Okay, make sure you take care of that. All right, so here's our updated portion of the section. This is segment. And obviously, we've got some things we probably can't talk about right now, which I want you guys to know there's some stuff coming that you are not mentally prepared for to hear from us. But it's coming. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your ears open. It's coming. With that being said, we're going to talk about the things coming down the pipe. So first and foremost, I'll be out of pocket next week. So next week we're off. When I come back from the cruise, we spend about 3 days home, and then we hit the road heading to Austin, Texas. Our very first time in Austin, Texas. We get to go visit our brother Jimmy McDonald. But we're going to play South by Southwest.
I don't know if Jimmy's watching.
Yeah, we're going to be in downtown Austin on Thursday, March 13th, playing our very first time out in Austin, Texas. Huge shout out to Kevin and Brandy with Full Circle for making that happen. Also, huge shout out to Jimmy for all your support out in that way. And let's drag some people to this show, and let's show them what them guys are made of.
Sure.
Now, if everything plays out right, we'll come home on Friday. We'll do Bourbon Budz Friday night, if everything plays out right. And then on Saturday, we go back to Zena's place in Thibodaux. Saturday, March 15th, we bring our brothers in Envision from Biloxi, Mississippi. We're going to bring them out to Thibodaux, our home, our backyard. And we're going to show Thibodaux how Envision rolls.
Oh, and let me tell you,
Buckle up.
Y'all ain't ready. Envision is, they got some tricks up their sleeves. Every show is different. It's great.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
So buckle
Alex
up, Thibodaux.
is an animal.
And then 2 weeks behind that show, we make our debut at the Sanctuary in Biloxi. Brand new venue out in Biloxi behind Treasure Bay. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous place. We've got a stellar lineup. It's going to be them guys. It's going to be Envision. And it's going to be Storage 24. Now, we just played with Storage 24 last weekend. Let me tell you guys something. If you have not seen Storage 24, buckle the fuck up. These boys don't play. They are on fire. And look, huge shout out, Randy. What a killer show this past weekend. Look, buckle up. It's coming. It's going to be a hell of a show on March 29th. If you don't have your tickets now, first I want you to hit up Storage 24 or Envision if you're out in the Mississippi area and get tickets from them. Make sure you get them from the bands first. But you can also go on the Sanctuary Biloxi. I think it's the sanctuarybiloxi.com. And you can go to our event and you can buy general admission tickets, VIP tickets, or table tickets. Guys, I promise you, you don't want to miss this show. It's going to be incredible. Guaranteed. We're bringing out the full Death Star. It's going to be incredible. Randy, we love you guys. Don't ever let nobody tell you no different. You guys are absolutely incredible. You guys are some of our favorite people in the music scene. And, you know, that's just, it's more than just music with you guys. We love you guys as people. Y'all are great people. Yep. We love to share the stage with you guys every chance we get. And we make sure to tell everybody we know that. You know, it just, you guys are incredible. Now, look, we've attached a link to our show. If you need tickets and you can't get to one of the bands, go ahead and click that link and you can get tickets directly from there.
Joey, speaking about Seven, they actually had some of the members of Seven at the Basin Music Hall Saturday.
Yes.
I don't know if you met them, but you probably saw them.
Yeah, our brother and Jesse Hoda, he was there. And his partner, Will, you know, one of his best buddies, Will Pilkin, one of our brothers. Glad they showed up. Huge shout out to them. If you want to see Seven soon, go out to Southport Hall on March 21st.
Yeah, they're
opening for Acadia and 12 Stones. So you don't want to miss that show. Our brothers in Seven will be at Southport Hall March 21st. And you never know. You might see some familiar faces. I think I'll be there. I'm going to try to be there. Joey, we love you, brother. We appreciate everything you say.
And look, Joey, I know just because we don't reach out to you, don't mean we don't care.
Oh, we here. We always here.
Yep. Don't be scared, buddy. You need us, message us.
Holler at us, man, for real. Now, here we go. You ready for round two?
Yeah, go ahead, pull up the wheel.
Go ahead and give us our little wheel of fortune, our death wheel. All right, so we're down to 6 bottles.
Last week for sure.
We're down to 6 bottles to pick from. And what I will tell you is I've tried a few of these. Actually, I've tried all except the Elijah Craig. I've never had the Elijah Craig toasted. I'm kind of excited. I hope we land on that one. All right. We're going to try this again, Aiden. You think we can do it? 1, 2, 3, go. Damn, boy, we getting good at this.
Good. Man. You act like you know what you're doing. One day y'all
it's going to be the old Basil Hayden.
I'm not mad at all.
I'm not.
Basil Hayden, period, is...
I think what it is they want me to do all the work tonight.
Well, I'm glad. When I pour, we
so
don't
guys,
do too well.
We landed on Basil Hayden toasted. Now, This is a drastic difference from the Penelope Toasted because the Penelope Toasted is barrel strength, and Basil Hayden does not make a barrel strength bourbon. Basil Hayden, all of their products are 80 proof. Yes. So it's going to be a little different. Now, early on in our bourbon extravaganza, Basil Hayden actually was one of John's favorites, John's personal favorites, and I think still to this day.
Still to this day,
It's
the
still one
Basil
of his
Hayden,
favorites.
the whole Basil Hayden line.
Yeah, all of them. I haven't had a bad Basil Hayden yet.
No, me either.
The Basil Hayden 10 is great.
My favorite one, I think, is the Subtle Smoke.
The Subtle Smoke was good.
Next to the 10-year. The 10-year is probably my absolute favorite.
What I can tell you about Basil Hayden is absolutely perfect for a good hot summer day. See, we're neat bourbon drinkers, but on a good hot summer day, you grab some Basil Hayden, you put that on a glass of ice, and you go outside by the pool and you throw in a party. Man, I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with it. It's light enough where it's refreshing, and it's still bourbon, so you'll still get nice and shitty.
Yeah, so Doug, I have not opened my bottle, but I bought one.
Yeah, he didn't want to share it with me. He told me I wasn't allowed to have it.
I didn't open it yet, but now that you're telling me they got it, I might go buy a second one so I can open one.
All right, guys, let's see if we can get, this is a fresh pop. Let's see if we can get something.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
Little fresh crack,
All
we
right.
like to call it.
And nothing like some good fresh crack in Backbashers. Nice, modest, or conservative pour.
Oh, easy.
You can pour a little bit of that in my glass if it's a little much. I know I went a little too far.
Yeah, let me.
Just take a little bit of it. Give me a little bit. Oh, that's enough. All right, guys. So once again, it's Basil Hayden Toasted. They actually shorten it as toast. Basil Hayden Toast. It's 80 proof. And so Basil Hayden, for those of you that don't know, is made by Jim Beam. It's distilled at the Jim Beam Distillery in Kentucky. And I want to say it's actually in Bardstown area, right around Bardstown. We got to tour their facility. Such a great time. Such a great place. We learned some things about Jim Beam that we didn't know. One of the things being that Basil Hayden was made by Jim Beam. The other thing is that Basil Hayden is a high rye bourbon. We did not know that.
Yep.
It is also always a small batch. So there is no such thing as a single barrel Basil Hayden. There's no such thing as a standard run. It's all small batch. So they don't make anything other than small batch. But here's the Basil Hayden Toast. And let's see how it competes with this Penelope Toast. Cheers.
Cheers.
I will say it's better on the nose. So the Penelope is hot on the nose. When you hit it, you hit the nose on the Penelope, you can tell that there's some spunk in that bottle. Hey, Michaela. Yeah, so the Basil Hayden Toast.
Hey.
The Basil Hayden Toast to me is definitely better on the nose. It's a little sweeter. It's a pretty good indication that it's going to be a lighter pour. Nothing wrong with a lighter pour. I mean,
Initially.
intentionally, what?
So at the beginning,
Yeah.
They'll tell me
this was no,
Yeah.
no. I'm joking around.
Oh.
So I was a fan of the lighter pour. So that's what drew me to Basil Hayden.
Yeah. Same with like the 4 grain Penelope. It was kind of light.
Yeah.
What was the other one that was real light like that for us? I mean, I find Eagle Rare is kind of light.
Eagle Rare.
The
I don't remember.
Weller Special Reserve is light,
Yeah.
but that's weeded. I mean, look, the fact is sometimes you enjoy a light pour. Me personally, I prefer the stout stuff, but I can sit down and drink Basil Hayden all day long. There's nothing wrong with Basil Hayden at all. It is delicious. I prefer Knob Creek. That's just me. But hey, look, on the nose, it's incredible. Very sweet. Kind of smells like some charred marshmallow with graham cracker.
Like a s'mores.
Like a s'more.
Dude,
It smells like a little like marshmallows and graham cracker, like a s'more.
it does.
All right, let's see what it tastes like. Mm.
I don't know why I was expecting that to be
It's light.
more full bodied than it is.
No, Basil Hayden is light.
Yeah, well, I knew that, but I sipped it expecting.
All right, so I'm gonna present this.
Good.
Nobody hates basil, Dom. We love basil.
Oh, we love basil. Dom, I'm sorry, but with Dom, we were just talking about before we got on live about figuring out how to
How
get
to
our
take
show
this
on the road
Yeah.
and coming to your place and doing this.
Yes. We've got a few places that have offered us, you being the first one, so we definitely want to make it happen at Studio 2. But we've got a few places. We're trying to figure out how we're going to be able to do this, but we're going to figure it out. But no, so for those of you that don't know how bourbon works, because I feel like when you're drinking stuff like Basil Hayden and it's light, it's really important to understand how bourbon works. So bourbon is distilled, right? When you get a barrel strength or a cask strength, it's not distilled. It is straight from the barrel. That's what it tastes like. Now, they may do a little cleaning up, whatever they do.
They get the big particles or whatever out of it.
But what they don't do is they don't dilute it. So when you get an 80 proof bourbon, yeah, there you go, Doug. Get you a pour Basil Hayden toasted. And look, it's
There you
like,
go, look.
so for a person like me, this is diluted. So to me, when I taste this, it's almost like it's watered down. Like you can taste some bland. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have that robust taste. Very light. Nothing wrong with the flavor. Flavor is great, but it's obviously watered down. And what they do is when they distill the bourbon, they distill it down to 80 proof. They water it down to get it down to 80 proof because it doesn't come out the barrel at 80. It comes out the barrel somewhere in the 100, 110 range. They water it down. I personally can tell that it's watered down. Basil Hayden is one of those instances where I taste it when I take a sip. Like when you take a sip, it's almost like you would have put ice in it and then let it sit. And then when you take a sip, it's a little watered down.
So, I don't see what I get.
So I get a little bit of the char. First off, that's the most prominent taste to me on the palate is the char.
Well, it doesn't ever lose
Right. It doesn't lose the char. It takes the char.
the smoky flavor. You can get it. You definitely know it's toasted.
Yeah. As far as flavors, it's kind of tough. And what makes it tough to me is it's watered down. So like instead of getting very prominent flavors, to me it's kind of like secondary.
You get
Pepper. You get a
you
little
get the
cracked pepper.
spice. You
Yeah,
get
you get
the
a little
spice,
spice.
and that's about as far as it goes.
It tastes a hint. It's subtly rye. So it's not overwhelmingly rye flavored, but it tastes like rye. Like when you taste in a rye, it's got that distinct rye flavor. Kind of like a cracked pepper or a black pepper, whatever you want to call it. You taste the subtle smoke. But again, it's watered down to me. Like to me, when I taste it, like it's like I put it in ice and an ice melted and I came back and drank it later.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it tastes like to me. But I'll let you start the ranking on it.
So it smells fantastic.
Yes, absolutely.
We didn't talk about the price point.
So that changes some of it too.
So that definitely has a little bit to do in it for me. I want to say that bottle is around what, 35, 40 bucks.
I don't think it's 40. I want to say that Basil Hayden toasted, the highest I've paid is 35.
Yeah, I think
You're right, Rob. Look, for the most part,
That
what I
is
like
true.
is like jet fuel. I like something with a little spunk to it.
But so for the price, I mean, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, it's good. And I feel about it a little differently than you because you like the heavier stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a 7. I'm gonna say a 7 because for what it is, I think it's good for what it is. You get the toasted flavor, so you know it's a toasted. It's smooth,
It is.
or as you
Very
say,
smooth.
watered down a little bit.
Well, no,
but
to me, there's a big difference. It's not that it's not watered down, making it smooth. to me, it's they're smooth. Eagle Rare is smooth. It does not taste watered down. It has this watered down taste to me.
Yeah, like we would have put an ice cube.
Like
I get
one
it.
ice cube
Yeah.
and you let it melt. Just a little. It's not overly watery. It's just all right. So you give
So
it a
it's
7.
it's not spectacular. It's not
Right.
all these different flavors, all these different. Smells great.
Put it in perspective. It's a $35 bottle of bourbon,
Yeah.
and at $35, there are some amazing finds.
Yeah.
This is mid to upper tier. It's not anything special. It's not bad. It's it's smooth. What up, Kevin?
What's up, Kevin?
So now I'm gonna put my take on this. I am a big fan of Basil Hayden. I actually enjoy this bottle. This bottle is not bad. We've drank a couple bottles of this. The problem I face with this bottle is the fact that it tastes watered down. I feel like Jim Beam missed their shot with Basil Hayden Toasted. I feel like they could have easily, if they wanted this product to be on the shelf, no problem, but release a barrel strength of it. Because when you get the nose and when you start drawing some of the flavor out of it, it is very flavorful. It smells incredible, but it tastes watered down.
And I gotta agree with you. If they would have made it barrel
Oh
proof,
my God, it'd be incredible. And even it doesn't have to be a 120 proof. If they made 100 proof,
bottled in bonds.
change the game. Do a bottled and bond toasted, and it would change the game on this bottle.
I agree.
Now, it's a $35 bottle, sometimes 30, depends where you get it from. Here's the truth. At $35, you can't expect much. My ranking is going to be based on all of those factors. I mean, the nose is incredible. The palate, while flavorful, it's hard to draw out because it tastes watered down. I'm giving it a 6. And I almost can go 5. And only driven by the fact that had Basil Hayden made a toasted barrel strength or higher proof where the flavors would come out, I feel like nobody would buy this, which makes me want to go 5. But I'm going to say 6 because it is a Basil Hayden product, and Basil Hayden makes good products. For $35, you can't go wrong. If you want a easy sipper, you want something that's got some taste, got a little barrel to it, got a little charred oak, that's your pour. You cannot go wrong. But it will not hold a candle to any of these bottles up here. And I promise you that. Most of these bottles up here are barrel strength pours, and they're better grade pours, in my opinion. The ones I've had, I haven't had the Elijah Craig, but every one of these I've had, they are higher grade. They're a little pricier, but they're just delicious pours. So I'm going 6. So we're going to give the cumulative score is going to be 13 out of 20. Again, not a terrible pour. You can't go wrong for $35.
No.
What I will say is, if you're not a huge toasted fan, or if you haven't had toasted, stick with your regular Basil Hayden. It's slightly more flavorful, still smooth. Or if you can come across the 10-year for the $50, $60 price point,
That's where it's
buy
at.
the 10-year.
The
The 10 years is the way to go.
Yeah.
Now, if you see the dark rye, I recommend you try it once, at least. It caught us off guard. The dark rye is great. So at least try it once. But this isn't a bad bottle. It's by no means is it bad.
I want to say that the dark rye is finished in
it's
kind of
finished in
wine
something.
barrel.
It is, and
Something-
it's really dark.
and it makes it really dark and
But boy, it's
really
good.
flavorful.
It is
Yeah,
really
it's good.
flavorful. It doesn't taste like a 80 proof pour. I can tell you that.
No.
All right, so we'll put the 2 ounces in the barrel because that's what we do.
How's that one?
So if you guys haven't been noticing, we've been trying to follow somewhat of a trend, and we're running out of trends to follow. Last week we did the weeded, which obviously we've got a bunch more bottles of weeded, but some of that stuff falls in multiple categories. We did weeded last week. I don't know why I closed that. This week we're doing toasted. I think the next episode, thank you, Cody. Appreciate that, brother.
Thanks, Cody.
I think the next episode we may do, and y'all let us know how you feel about this, but we may do an allocation episode. So I've got, I don't know, 40 or 50 different allocations in this house. And we can easily put 6 to 8 allocations on the wheel. And we'll see. But the flip side to that is we want to make sure that there's a very heavily diverse grouping of stuff inside this barrel. And I think that's a really good way to do it, is just mix it up. You know, whatever we get our hands on, whatever we decide to do, I think is going to make it very diverse.
So if y'all want to see allocated edition,
oh, we can do that too, Doug. A
Let us
hazmat
know.
episode? Absolutely. I don't have any official hazmat, but what I can tell you is I've got quite a few bottles that are 125 and above.
yeah, we got some gas.
Yeah, I got some gas over here. I tell you what, that Willet Purple Top is some gas. You hear me, son?
And we may let you have a sip of that Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm game. You ain't got to talk me into it, buddy. Okay. So. Oh, I'm tripping. It's a work night. Man, I hate doing this on work nights because what I want to do is by pour 3, I'm gonna get a little snaggler.
No, we're not going to do like we did last week.
No, we're not going to do that. So for all of you that's watching the show right now, why don't y'all let us know how you feel about if we move on to 2-ounce pours and we'll put names on the wheel. Everybody that signs up, that comes in the live, that episode, we'll put your names on the wheel and we'll pick one winner after every episode to get a sample of what's inside of our barrel.
A 2-ounce sample of a Bourbon Budz Infinity barrel.
In progress.
In progress.
As we're progressing on it. Let us know in the comments how you feel about that, because I think Tandy brought that up earlier, and I think that's a great idea.
That is a great idea. And I have a case of the perfect 2-ounce pour bottles.
I think that's
to give samples.
I think that's a really good idea, and I'd like to see what everybody on the show thinks, but we'll see. All right, so I mean, look, nothing else to do but go ahead and pick our 3rd bottle. We may actually squeeze a 4th bottle in, depending on where we at and how we feel. We did put an extra bottle up tonight just to make it a little more diverse. We usually do 6. We did 7. But plus, we were doing the toasted episode, and we didn't want to leave one out just in case. So let's... Oh, yeah. We're running a little early right now. So we're good. So let's bring the Wheel of Death back up. So now, we've got 5 selections back up. What's up, DZ?
Perfect idea. And look, like DZ, and for those of y'all watching that live far away, we will mail it to you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
100%.
So we've got 5 toasted barrel selections left on this wheel. Copper and Cast toasted, Peerless toasted, K. Luke toasted, Elijah Craig toasted, Michter's toasted. Honestly, I'll be okay with landing on any of them. I think we're going to be good on any of them. So let's see if we can time this back out.
I'm hoping for Elijah Craig.
2, 3, go. Boy, I tell you what, we're getting good at this. Oh, snap.
Not upset at all.
I'm not upset at all about that. So, Joey,
that's so good.
It's an experience for us, and that's the thing. It's fun. It's something other than just drinking bourbon. And honestly, we're on episode 4 of the Infinity Barrel right now, and it has tasted drastically different at the end of every episode.
Yep.
It's just been insane, and I don't know how to describe it other than how crazy it is. Joey, one day we'll drag you out here, brother, and we'll have some talks, and we'll
come hang out. You can
you're
try
welcome
some
to
stuff,
come
man.
and try some stuff with us, brother. We'll make it happen. All right. I told y'all it was making me do all the work tonight. I'm gonna let John pour these, but I'll talk about it for a second. So about 3-4 months ago, we shot an episode, and this bottle ended up on a blind.
And that episode's up.
Yeah, that episode is available to view on Facebook, on YouTube. It's been up. It's been out there for a while. What I will tell you is, to date, this is one of our favorite bottles. This has been, if not the top bourbon of the year to me for 2024, it is easily top 3. And now, I've tried some stuff since that have been, i.e. the Old Elk we tried last week was absolutely incredible.
That was incredible.
And I'd like to try them side by side, because now they're different spectrums, but that Old Elk would give this one a run for its money, I believe. But yeah, our brother Rob will tell you this has been the pour of the year for us.
Yep.
So this Peerless Toasted is batch 2. It is 109.4 proof, and it is a sweet mash, non-chill filtered. So there's no water added to this, and that's a huge deal. It's a barrel proof. Yeah, that Old Elk is good. So here's where this changes the game on these bottles. The Penelope was about a $70 bottle. This Basil Hayden was about a $35 bottle. This bottle was $130. And when I first bought it, I had no idea what to expect. I hadn't tried it till the blind. The second we found out what it was in the blind, the first thing we immediately said was, I would absolutely buy another bottle of this for $130.
Yep.
And I think you actually did.
Yep, I did.
I've never bought a second bottle of it yet because I'm hoarding some of it. What I should tell you is the blind tasting was on the neck pour. First time being opened, had never had time
Right.
to air out, nothing.
And it was up against
Some good shit.
some good, yeah.
And it blew it out the water. It wasn't even comparable.
Yeah. And that's why we were blown away.
Yeah.
And
I'll let you do the pour on
so
this one.
I feel like this is probably the bourbon of the year for me.
I think it's there.
I
I think
it's,
had we tried the Old Elk last year, it'd give it a close run for its money. But what I will tell you is we didn't. I think in 2024 that was the bourbon of the year. And look, I mean, everything's subjective, right? The trick to it is when you think about what's all involved in bourbon. This is toasted barrel. The Old Elk is wheated. Then you get to your high rise. You get to your mixes. I've got a Knob Creek bourbon by rye, and it's a mix of the two. You get to your hazmat, like Doug says. When you start getting to your stags and your Willet Purple Tops, where they 125, 130 proof, they hot. There's such a variety in bourbon, and that's my favorite thing about bourbon. But if you look at this pour, and it's hard to tell on the camera, I'm sure, but it's dark. It's got great legs. I mean, it's really hard to commit to spending $130 on a bottle of bourbon, one
until
bottle.
you had this.
But what I will tell you is if you like bourbon at all and you haven't tried the Peerless Toasted, buy it. If you see it, buy it. At least once. Don't shortchange yourself and not buy it. It's one of those conversation pieces. It is not technically an allocation because all Peerless is pretty expensive. Peerless is not a cheap brand, but even though it's not an allocation, it doesn't mean it's not something worth talking about.
It's good.
It's an incredible bottle. I see we went to a heftier pour. I mean, I made you
That's
pour
what
it.
happens when you make me pour it. Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
made the mistake of letting John pour this one,
I only have one good eye, so it's kind of.
and he closed it so he can line up the bottle to the glass.
Hey, John, which one did you get
All
on?
right, look, Penelope Toasted,
Yeah.
109 proof. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. It even smelled it.
Look, it's
It's gonna be a good bourbon. It's
It-
a stout. It smells stout.
a little stout. It's not as stout as like the Stags and all that kind of stuff.
No,
The truth of the matter is this reaction should be the same. The only reason I'm not reacting the way I did about the Old Elk last week is because I've had this, and I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I've had this on multiple occasions. We bought a bottle of this at Homer's house when we went and annihilated it.
Yep.
It's
Our poor buddy Rob wanted to take the rest of it home,
Killed it.
and it didn't last.
It's such a good pour. It is worth. I don't think the MSRP is $130. I want to say the MSRP is right around $100. And like we said, between that $60 and $100 price range, the variety is so much. There's so much variety. Spend the $120. It's worth the $120. If you get it for $100, great. Let me know. But it's worth the $120. Spend the $120 and get the bottle. You will not regret it.
Hit on the nose.
I smell some of the char on the nose.
Yeah. can smell. It's almost like taking a handful of that
Like that barrel char.
the barrel char that they scrape off the inside.
Doug, you're right. The Penelope or the Penelope, like we like to call it,
That's right.
is much better than the basil.
He pronouncing it like me now.
Doug, do you happen to have a Peerless Toasted? Because if you do, that's the bottle that's going to close them out for you. You need to get on that one. I promise you.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah, so I get some of the char. I get sweet. What up, Jay?
What's up, Jay?
So I get sweet on the nose, but it's hard for me to pinpoint. It's almost like a cherry,
It's-
like a light cherry.
It's not a super sweet.
Not yet. Shh. Okay, so Doug, here's what we'll do on Saturday when y'all come hang out with us. Y'all are going to try this one. And I promise you, when you see it, you're going to buy it again. You're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
buy it. Yeah, so I get a little hint of cherry, like a cordial cherry, not cordial cherry, but like a bourbon cherry, like a maraschino cherry.
Yeah.
I get a hint of it. Not overwhelming. I get some of the barrel char.
Just had me thinking, and we never even thought about trying this because it's so good by itself.
Probably make a good old fashioned.
But this would
It would.
make a great old fashioned.
So, Jay, this one is Peerless Toasted. It is a 109 proof. And technically, I guess for me and John, we'd both be willing to say that this is the 2024 bourbon of the year for us.
Yeah.
I just,
If you see it, and I say this about a lot of it, but you know, it's a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff I say is repetitive. But
Peerless makes a bunch.
You
I've
buy
tried
it.
to, I have the double
you
oak,
see
I
it, you
have
buy
the
it.
double oak rye, and I have the toasted. To me, the toasted by far is the winner. Not even close.
Yeah. You see it, you buy it.
Yeah.
You don't like it, call me. I'll buy it.
Yeah,
from
we'll
you.
buy it from you. I promise you. But if you're really into bourbon, I think you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
So on the nose, like I say, I get that hint of cherry, kind of maraschino cherry. I get the char. On the palate, Trish, we have an extra bedroom. We make things work around here. We don't play around here. So we always got space for
I
whatever we do.
also, and I'm not putting words into her mouth, but I also have
Pregnant wife.
a pregnant wife who is a very good designated driver.
Yeah, and I have a girlfriend who does not drink. So we're good. We'll make it work one way or another.
Yeah, we live with DDs.
Yeah.
Only because my wife stays pregnant her
Yeah,
whole
she's
life.
been pregnant for 6 years.
Yeah.
She's usually watching, harassing John in the comments, but
Yeah, she's taking a nap right now.
what it
because
is
the
John hasn't
pregnancy
talked
is,
about nuts yet. Or
yeah,
fresh
the
cut grass.
the pregnancy is taking a toll on her right now, so
All right,
she's
so
taking a nap.
palate wise,
Puff bit.
okay. So first and foremost, it's a little stout. It's not hot. Doug, you know, sometimes I wish that was the case for me. The only plus side to my old lady not drinking like I do is I always have a wrap.
What?
Always.
So unfortunately, Doug, I'm in the same boat as you because for the 6 weeks in between pregnancies, she drinks like a fish.
I don't think she remembers it.
No,
I
I'm
don't think
just
she
kidding.
knows. She's been pregnant for 6 years, and that's what we're sticking to that story. She don't remember those 6 weeks in between.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but she likes to drink.
She
and-
likes tequila. We made
Yeah.
a commitment to her
Yep,
that we're going to
gonna
do a tequila episode. It's not going
when
to go
she
in the
can
barrel,
drink.
but we're going to do a tequila episode because I've got some pretty good tequilas here. So we'll do that. So, all right, palate wise, it's a little hot.
I don't think I've ever had a Woodford Rye. Jay said he's sipping on Woodford Rye. I don't think I've ever had it.
I've tasted it once. I've never bought it.
How
Jay,
is-
I will buy a bottle.
Jay, how is that, if you don't mind me asking?
And while we waiting on you,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even tell you what I taste because it's so
Well, I
good.
didn't
I'm
get
just
there yet
drinking it.
either.
Yeah.
so it's got some heat. I feel the heat. What I do think, oh Joey, I've got some killer tequila here, like some
And-
fire tequila.
Emily does too. We just can't break it out yet.
So I get the heat. It almost tastes like it's a little like a little rye forward. It's got this, but I think it's malted barley. If I remember right, we looked this up, and I want to say it's malted barley is one of the
key
in the
ingredients.
mash. It's kind of got a barley taste, but it's sweet. But it's not cherry sweet. It's not chocolate sweet. It's kind of, it's hard to describe. You definitely taste the fact that it's toasted. You taste the char in the barrel. It's really hard to pinpoint what the sweet
It
is.
is, and I'm trying to. And on the front end, I can't tell, but on the back end, it's almost like it's like a banana. Almost like a banana.
So
Not like the candy banana, but like a real banana.
So I'm with that, and I was trying to pinpoint it. I agree.
All right, Randy.
Later, Randy.
Later, man.
So to me, it's got that banana taste. It tastes like a banana smells.
Yeah,
It's got, and that's that subtle sweet. It's got a little. You can taste the barley slightly, the malted barley. You definitely taste the char, and there's definitely heat. I feel the heat. Absolutely, Jay.
Good idea.
I taste all of that. What I will say is it is a very pleasant combination of all of those things. It makes it into the robust pour that it is. Very, very tasty pour. Not quite banana trees, Ben. Imagine busting a banana open.
He's making fun of me with the fresh cut grass.
Yeah. So imagine busting a banana open and smelling it. That's what this tastes like to me. Not heavy.
No.
Hint of it.
And that's what I taste.
To me, the barley is more forward.
It's very very appealing.
Mm-hmm. Dude, was that pun intended?
Appealing. No pun intended.
No pun intended, but it's very appealing. No, in all seriousness, the combination of the barley, the Hannah banana, the
Hannah banana or hint of banana?
Hannah Montana.
Oh.
No, the hint of banana with the char and the heat. Because honestly, the heat, when you don't feel the heat or when you don't taste the heat, you feel it. The combination of all of that together, it's good. It's fucking really good. I mean, if I'm being honest, it's really good. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go first. I like to...
You like to feed off of me.
I do, but you describe it a lot better than I do.
All right, so
I like to either agree with you or tell you what my take on it after you.
So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. I'm going to start by saying that I paid $130 for this bottle. I'm going to continue by saying I will absolutely pay $130 for another bottle of it. Now, whether the batches change, which I'm sure they do, and whether you hit a good batch or not, the truth is at $130, I'm not bashful. I'll buy it again. It is delicious. On the nose, it's char forward. You smell it. You can smell it. There's got a little spunk to it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Try not to splatter all over Aiden and his food. So it's char forward. But it's got the sweetness in the nose. It kind of got that little hint of cherry, which is what blows my mind when you get to the palate. It tastes like banana.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like cherry. But that's how complex it is. It's robust. It's complex. Barley forward. I'm telling you, it's my bourbon of the year for 2024.
I'm going to continue to say that myself.
Y'all, I don't give many 10s. I'm giving it a 10. And I'm saying that because if it was sweeter, I couldn't do it. Because I'm just not a big sweet bourbon person. I think that's part of me being a beer drinker for so long is it's not sweet. I kind of like the slight bitterness in some instances, I guess you'd call it, the lack of sweet. I'm giving it a 10. I think that Fearless Toasted is definitely my bourbon of the year for 2024. And I think that it is worth every penny at $120, $130, $100. If you get it for $140, let me know. I mean, we
Yeah.
can talk about it.
Agree. Yep. Cheers, Thomas.
I mean, it's hard not to. How do you claim it to be the best bourbon of a year and it not be the perfect pour?
It
Now,
is
I'm not going to say it's the
absolutely-
perfect pour. It's not the perfect pour.
It is absolutely a 10. And I'm not going to say it's a 10 being the best bourbon that there is out there.
No.
I'm just saying for what it is, it's a 10.
I think in the time that we found it versus now, I mean, compared to the Penelope and the Basil Hayden, absolutely, by far.
So what you pay for a good allocated bourbon, you know, anywhere
I
from
like that bottle, Thomas. That's a great bottle. Have you tried the Statesman? If you have, let me know in the comments what you thought, because I tried the Statesman on Monday, and it was way better than I thought it was going to be.
yeah.
Way better. But anyway, back to the allocation.
Yeah, so what I was saying is if you get a Stag or a Willet or a Thomas Handy or a,
LaRue.
Weller
William LaRue.
12 or a William LaRue or, any allocation, it's up there with it.
I agree with that.
So that's why I got to give it a 10.
I'll say this. There's so many people that go batshit crazy over the Handys and over the William LaRues. And look, honestly, my William LaRue that I have, it's not my favorite bottle. It's good. It's great. Do I think it's worth $1,600, $1,700 on secondary? Absolutely not.
No.
Now, they say the previous years, the 2020s, the 2021s were incredible. I never got to try them. I prefer the Penelope.
Yep.
The
The
Penelope-
Penelope is my
The
favorite.
Penelope Toasted is delicious. I agree with John. This Peerless Toasted is right up there with these allocations. Now, it's not as smooth as a Weller 12.
And look, we've had this already, but this goes back to
That is Peerless Toasted, Renee. That's Peerless Toasted.
Yep, Fearless Toasted.
Look,
So this bourbon was up against
Yes.
some high allocations in a blind we did, and we picked this as the winner. So that
hands
ought to,
down.
that ought to tell you
Like you're not unanimous.
we didn't see any of the bottles. We had no idea how much they cost, what they smell like, what they look like,
It was
the
unanimous.
mash bill, nothing. It was 3 pours. We rated them, and that came out hands down number 1.
The truth is, it came down to, it wasn't just a unanimous pick of number 1. It was a awe-inspiring moment. When we figured out that it was Peerless Toasted, we were at the point of now we got to go on a manhunt looking for this bottle because it was incredible. And that's something that doesn't happen very often. I mean, there's some that the Old Elk last week was one of them. The Copper and Cask was one of them. But
Yep.
like it
Which
was
was up
awe-inspiring.
here today.
Yeah, that one's different. That's the Toasted.
Yeah.
We did bust it open Sunday, and it was really good. But, it's not often that those bottles happen. This Peerless Toasted was, holy shit, we got to find more of this. I mean, look, and rightfully so. It has, to me, it's earned itself that spot in the ranks. Now, to close out Peerless Toasted, I'll say that I think that is an exceptional add to this barrel. So we're going to do our 2 ounces. Now, while we've got quite a few people in the comments, we want y'all to let us know. Do y'all want us to do another bottle? Let us know right now. We normally do 3. We're okay with doing 4. 1.
We're not gonna
Talking about the Statesman. Yeah.
so
Man,
he's saying that it's so much hate on the whiskey tube about that bottle.
About the Statesman.
Yeah, I never had it.
So
personally,
I tried it
I don't
Monday,
know.
and it was. I mean, look, I'm not a huge Old Forester fan. What I will tell you is that the 1920 is one of my favorites.
I don't remember which one I had. That was
We had the regular Old Forester.
horrible.
The Statesman was good. Statesman was really good.
Whichever one I had that one day was.
If Ben's still here, Ben can tell you. Ben had one too. All right, keep this party going. More. All right, so tell me this. Do you want us to do the wheel to pick a 4th? Or do you guys in the comments want to let us know which one you want? We've got 4 left to pick from.
We can put the wheel up so they can see it.
We can put the wheel up with the 4 left, and you can tell us which bottle
one
you want.
You want.
And the most votes gets it. Would you rather do that, or you want us to spin the wheel?
Yeah. Spin the wheel, or
What did your mom say? She replied? We can taste another for you, Renee. We're definitely going to do that. But y'all let us know. You want us to spin the wheel, or do you want to pick for us? Tell us. And we're going to do whichever route you want to go. This is a viewer discretion situation. So for those of you that don't know, Aiden, why don't you pull the wheel up? She wants to see the spin. Okay. We got one vote on the spin. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. You know, I would have thought that you guys would have wanted to pick it. Look at Doug. Michters. Okay, so we've got 3 picks on the spin. We've got 1 calling out Michters. I'm just saying, we got a hand picked. So we've got 2 and 3. We got quite a few viewers. So somebody let us know. Look, I mean, what you want, hand pick? Oh, no, we got a picker. Topper and cask. So we're a little split right here. Hey, what's up?
Ricky, pick one.
Ricky. Y'all give a huge shout out to our brothers in Silverdos too while you're at it. Great show this past Saturday. Man, that Lincoln Park cover was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, keep it. Do it every time y'all play a show. That
Jay
was
says
killer.
copper. So we got Trish and Jay says copper and cask. We've got 3 people set to spin the wheel.
That's 4 picks, 3 spins.
Huh?
That was 4 picks, 3 spins.
4 picks, 3 spins. Michter's picking for a friend. Okay.
5 picks, 3.
So that's 5 picks. Okay, so we're going to hand pick. All right, so everybody, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And Trish, we got your vote. We know it's copper. Doug, we got yours, Michter's. Do you want to see Michter's Toasted Limited Edition or Copper and Cask Toasted Oak? Let us know right now in the comments. Ricky, it's the Silverdos party, brother. We just along for the ride, bro. I don't know if you know that, but we in it for the free parking.
And it wasn't free.
And
it actually cost $20.
It was $40. It was 20 for the truck and 20 for the trailer. Yeah, so Michter's or Copper and Cask. Let us know. Michter's Toasted Limited Edition, Copper and Cask. All right, we got another copper. Oh, snap. So the
Copper's got 4
4 to 2. We got 4 to 2. We got a couple other people that hadn't chose yet. Tammy, copper.
5.
Ooh, 5.
Tammy, we love you.
Renee, copper.
We praying for you.
We got 6. I don't think it's possible. Oh, Joey, we got another Michter's. So that's 3. Yeah, but it's 6 to 3 here.
6 to 3. We got 13 people.
What time is it? Tell you what. So we got 6 picks on the copper. If we go through it fast enough, we may do the Michter's too. Why not?
That may be doing that one by himself.
Nah, man, we're not gonna go long. Okay, guys, for 6 to 3 win, we got Copper and Cask. John, you're gonna have to reach that one for me, there, buddy.
I still don't know if I can reach that one. No, I'm just
look at Doug Copper. I was told if I didn't change, I was sleeping in the garage.
Oh yeah. Well, garage is still better than the doghouse, Doug. Just saying.
Hey, look, if you slept in John's garage, you can.
I was about to say both.
If you sleep in John's garage, you can play the drums and all kind of shit while you're in there. I mean, that's that's a great night.
All right, guys, we're gonna do the Copper and Cask, the Toasted Oak.
So, guys, we hit the Copper and Cask 2 weeks ago. I don't remember if it was barrel strength. I think it was barrel strength, cask strength. The Copper and Cask cask strength was one of those that really caught us off guard. It was absolutely incredible. I picked this up at Hocus Pocus in Prairieville. Great accidental find. The guy at Hocus Pocus told me that I would not regret the purchase. And when I saw the 2 differences, I bought both of them. I'm a big fan of toasted, and I'm also a big fan of barrel strengths. So here we go. You want to read the info off the bottom? Let them know what it is. Yeah, Ben slept in his garage last night.
So it's a 7-year.
7-year pour. Okay.
Obviously, it's finished at a toasted oak barrel.
Okay.
It's a limited small batch.
Okay.
Uh,
What's the proof on this thing?
it is 118.4 proof.
Oof. 118. So it's a barrel strength.
It's also non-chill filtered.
Oh, I like some non-chill filter.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about some of the Penelope products is it's non-chill filter. Oh. I'm sorry, Doug. I fucked that up. It's Penelope.
So it's actually barreled for 7 years, and then after the 7 years, then rebarreled in a new charred oak barrel, then batched.
Okay, so it gets barreled in
It
new
gets
oak barrels
Barreled
twice.
into a new charred barrel.
So it's got to be a new charred barrel to be bourbon to begin with. It's got to be white oak charred.
That's right.
So it gets barreled in new barrels twice.
Yep.
So technically, it's a double oak.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
It's an adult. Yeah.
Okay, well, look, here we go. Copper and cask,
Here it is.
toasted barrel, barrel strength, 118 proof. Here you go, guys. This one's for you. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah,
Oh.
Brandy, we're still drinking, but we doing smaller pours this week. We don't want to
Yeah.
get too crazy.
So yeah, technically,
right,
Jay,
Jay, it
it's
is
a
a
double barrel.
double barrel.
You call it double barrel. What they call it is a double oak. So to be bourbon, it's got to be aged in a charred white oak barrel. And then there's a couple other stipulations, but that's one of the rules to be a bourbon. Well, this one is aged for 7 years in a new charred oak barrel, and then it's replaced into another new oak barrel, charred,
Yeah, then bottle.
then bottled.
Yeah.
It's batched. Look, I'll tell you this, on the nose, it's great.
That's
Golly,
incredible.
that is so good.
I was expecting to get, because it's so high of a proof,
It'd be hot.
I was waiting to get that ethanol on the nose.
See, I
It's
find
not
it.
at
I find
all.
it's got a sweet.
The sweet caramel.
Absolutely, Ricky. Don't go nowhere, brother. We ain't even got into it yet, man.
I
So
agree.
I get a caramel. I'm with you. A caramel. It's not overwhelming though. It's not like some of them where you smell it and it's like, oh shit, that's caramel. Like it's got a hint of caramel. You get some of the barrel.
Yeah.
It's definitely got a little smoky on the nose. Nothing overwhelming though. Like it's not.
Well, yeah,
Punchy.
you know it's
You know it's barrel proof.
yeah, you know it's barrel proof.
You can
for sure, Jay.
smell that it's barrel proof. That's one of my favorite attributes. Hey, look, without further ado, let's get on the palate.
Cheers. All right, let's go.
Mm. Yeah.
That's good.
So
It,
that creates a dilemma for me. Because we just gave a Peerless Toasted a 20. Perfect score. And look, for 2024, I think that is applicable all day. I had a hard time saying this doesn't compete with it.
So it definitely competes with it on the palate.
Let's say this. This is hotter. I feel it. I feel that it's hotter
Yeah.
than Peerless Toasted.
So
So if you like the hotter stuff, like I do,
if you like smoky stuff,
yeah, you get a little smoke
you
for sure.
you get the smoke.
It's comparable to the Peerless. Less barley, a little sweeter on the palate. Not so much on the finish. On the finish, it's more,
So
I don't know. So definitely a little sweeter on the palate. Nowhere near the banana. It's
no,
more.
no, I don't get a banana.
I get more.
It's not. Would it be like an apple sweet? You know, I don't want to say cherry because it's not cherry.
I won't say apple.
It's a sweeter.
I'm gonna say apple peel.
Yes. So the
Apple
sweet
rind.
bitter.
It's got that little bitterness from the
Yeah.
rind. Which look, if you like, I'm not a
Jay,
big
it's
sweet.
good.
I'm not a sweet person when it
is.
comes to bourbon. I'm not looking for this overly sweet shit. So when you get that little bitterness, to me, like it kind of balances it. It's like an apple rind. It's like you take an apple peel and then chewed on it. I can go with that.
Yeah.
I can't say it
I
tastes like apple.
Well, and that's what I'm getting the hints of the apple. You saying that's exactly what it tastes like.
Mm.
Mixed with the barrel flavor, mixed with the stout.
So and so very forward, you get oak, and I'm saying oak. It could be weathered wood. It could be cigar box. I don't know. You know what? I'll go with cigar box. I'll say that tastes like it would be absolutely incredible with a cigar, kind of like that old elk was. It's got Ben. You know, I think it's less
No, it's not as sweet as pear.
cooking pear maybe, where it's more. It's got that little bitterness, and when you cook it down, it becomes sweeter. But it's more like the apple rind, like the rind of a fruit.
Ben, I honestly think you would dig this.
I
Man.
think you would dig it. I really do.
This is right up your alley.
I mean, all in all, I'll be honest with you, it's an incredible port. Trish, you're gonna have to try this one Saturday. I promise you, you have to.
So
What's up, J Rod? Hey, y'all give a huge shout out to our brothers in Dark Remedy. Look at J Rod himself, the lead singer of Dark Remedy. Make sure he feels the love. Our
Yep.
brothers popping
Look.
in all the way out there in Alabama.
if you have not checked out their new single, "Let Me Go," do it. Dark
Check it out.
Remedy, "Let Me Go"
Yeah.
on all streaming platforms. Check it out.
So Trish, I'm with you on that. I like hot and smoky, very light on the sweet. I love barrel proof stuff. I have this bottle. You're definitely going to get to try this on Saturday. I think it would go really good with a cigar. and
Absolutely, J. Rob.
I've got some good cigars here to try. So all in all, let's rank this. Now I feel kind of asinine. I want you to go first on this one
I'm gonna
because
give it a 10.
you're going 10.
I'm
Hey,
giving it a 10, and I'm sticking to it. That dude is right there with the Peerless Toasted.
it is.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I can give it an 11, I would. But we going 10. We ranking out of 10. I'm gonna
That's-
give it a 10. I think it's a little bit better than the Peerless Toasted. I'm just gonna be honest with you,
I have to agree with that. So, all right.
and it's for different reasons. So that's why I'm gonna give it a 10 also.
I'm gonna go and say this. I feel kind of ignorant now that I felt like the Peerless was the 10. It's one of the only 10s we've given on this show. Here's what I will say: is the
Yeah,
Peerless
Thomas, this would go good with a cigar.
absolutely the Peerless Toasted was the bourbon of the year of 2024. It is February. I would not hesitate to say that this and that Old Elk are up there as
They in the runnings for-
holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, Jay, you say that, brother, but look, this is right up there with that Old Elk weeded. This is incredible.
Yeah, Jay, I look. That's a hard one, buddy.
It's hard and it's tough. And if we weren't trying them side by side, it might be a different story. Yeah, Doug, that sounds great. So I'm torn. I paid about $75 for this bottle, which much cheaper than 130.
Worth it all day.
I'll say this. I would not hesitate to say in February that this is on my radar as potential of being bourbon of the year 2025 for me. I've had some really good stuff this year so far. In a short period of time, this and that Old Elk is right there. I'm going 10. And I'm going to say that I'm trying to compare it to the Peerless. And look, the Peerless is 130. This was 70. The Peerless is a little more bitter than this is. This has a little bit more sweetness, not a lot. It's not oversweet. It's what I like. It's stronger. It's more barrel proof. I just, all in all, I gotta say, what?
I'm laughing. Tracy's in the background.
Oh, making
flipping
faces.
me the bird and making silly faces. Yeah.
Look, I got to be realistic with you guys. It checks every box for me. I just 10. I'm gonna say that copper and cask toasted barrel strength is easily a 20 for us.
And Thomas, I would spend that all day.
I'd spend that all day.
All day.
Look, I'm just saying, Jay.
Jay.
You,
And that's kind of why we're ranking it the way we are.
that's right.
The price point
It's absolutely delicious. Absolutely.
for a 7-year, it tastes like a 10-year. I don't even see it being a 7. It doesn't taste like a
Well, 7's not young. You start getting a young in the 4 and 5 year range. 6 is borderline. 7's pretty average. 10 is aged, very well aged.
and that's kind of where I
That's where
love
we like.
my bourbon.
We love
yeah.
the 10 years. I will say that, yeah, for a 7 year, it is very mature. It is very, it's very advanced for a 7 year compared to,
Agree.
like, I'll give you a good example. If you're a fan of Eagle Rare, and not because it's light, but if you're a fan of Eagle Rare because of the 10-year age, this will blow you out the water. You're going to say, holy shit, this is only a 7 year? Like, it's very mature. And that's impressive to me. I don't know what they're doing at Copper and Cask. I don't know who makes Copper and Cask. Up until I went to Hocus Pocus, I had no idea.
See if it tells us a little bit.
I will tell you that I am a huge fan of this Copper and Cask lineup now. It has shocked me twice in
So
3 weeks.
It's bottled by Latitude Beverage Company out of Rumford, Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
So it's bottled in Rhode Island.
So what that tells me is when we go to Kentucky in September, we don't get to go to that place. Shit. Thomas, you're right. The 10-year, I'll be honest with you, everything I've tried to date that's a 10-year has been the sweet spot.
So this is a limited edition release.
Yeah.
So
We may never get it
yeah,
again.
we may never get this bottle again. So if you do happen to see this bottle somewhere,
Yeah, you got to grab it. You have to grab it if you see this bottle somewhere. Yeah, and Jay, you're right. When you come across a Knob Creek 7-year at a bar, look, you're hitting on something. Because most bourbons and whiskeys is 4 to 5 year aged. I mean, the cheaper stuff particularly is some of it's 3 year. I mean, it's when you start getting a 7 year, it's starting to see some
So-
maturity. 10 years is the sweet spot for me.
it's distilled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And
What
then-
other one is in Indiana?
And then it's bottled in Rumford, Rhode
I
Island.
want to say it's Old Elk is the other one that's in Indiana.
Is it really?
I think so.
Yeah. We'll have to double back on that.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
We'll have to look back at that, but I think Old Elk is the other one that's in Indiana. Either way, guys, a perfect score, 20. I'm going to say that this one probably deserves the 20 a little bit better than the Peerless. And Rob is going to hate me for saying that. Brother, I am sorry, but look, I think if you really like the Peerless
Thomas,
Toasted,
I agree with you.
if you really
Us
like
too,
the
buddy.
Peerless Toasted, I think you're going to love this Copper and Cask. It is absolutely incredible.
Doug said, according to the Google machine, it's an independent bottler. So
Well,
that
I'm
means
impressed.
that Old Elk isn't.
Okay, so
Yeah, so that answered that question. Thanks, Doug.
yeah, and you're right, Thomas. Most bar whiskey is. There's a couple places I've been that's had the Knob Creek 9-year, and look, I'm a huge Knob Creek fan. I can drink Knob Creek 9 all day long at a bar. I'm not looking for regular Maker's Mark. I'm not looking for Jack Daniel's number 7. I don't want Jack Daniels.
And look, we got a couple bars that nowadays they do have
Mhm.
you a handful of.
A couple.
Yeah,
They'll carry the Buffalo
they'll have
Traces.
the Buffalo Trace, they'll have the Knob Creek, the Basil
Woodfords.
Hayden, the Woodfords. That's it. But
they don't carry copper and cask.
no.
I've never seen or heard of copper and cask until I saw these bottles. Not even like it wasn't even a conversation ever.
Yep. Did you say where you bought it from?
I bought this at Hocus Pocus in Prairieville.
Okay. So it's not a Total Wine pick.
Nope. So, cool fun fact is this barrel will now have 2 ounces of copper and cask toasted and 2 ounces of copper and cask barrel strength.
Yep.
Aiden, you want to come add that to that list?
Sorry, on.
All right, you all right, for a kid.
Yep.
All right. So, we were running into about an hour and a half mark of our live. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll this barrel around a little bit. I'll stick around for a couple minutes because we're going to get to taste and sample what our Infinity Barrel is to date. How many of you guys are excited to try this Infinity Barrel? Y'all let us know in the comments. Because I'm telling you, it has been incredible so far.
So for those of y'all watching, the next episode we do, which we can't give you a guaranteed date yet. We got some things to work out, but on the next episode, we're gonna put whoever watches the live stream's name on the wheel. We're gonna spin the wheel for a chance to win a 2-ounce pour of the In the Process Infinity Barrel.
That's right. And I can tell you this is episode 4 of the Infinity Barrel. For us, every time we have tried this Infinity Barrel in between, it has just gotten, I'm not going to say it's always gotten better. What I will tell you is it has always been good. Now, we have tried to speed this process up a little bit because I'm worried that the aging process of the barrel is going to make it rough. We want to get this bottle before it ages too much. We're getting close. We got some liquor in there now. Shake this up real good. Jay, we crack it every show.
Thomas, we need to find out what those bars are and go have a couple of drinks.
All right, give it a good shake up. All right.
So Jay, the plans for the Infinity Barrel is once we get it completely full, it's gonna make about 12 bottles. We're gonna bottle it, label it, put everything that we've put into the barrel, the ingredients.
We're actually going to test it. We're going to see what the proof
see
comes
what the
out to
proof
be.
is. We're gonna, I mean, legit have it all said and done, and we're gonna raffle off.
We may buy a batch of shirts, and with the purchase of a shirt, will put you in for a raffle
Yeah.
for a bottle. Oh yeah, Doug, we're definitely going to know the proof. We're gonna test it. We can get a hydrometer, and we're going to see exactly what the proof is. We're going to label it.
So I mean, when it's full. Oh,
Yeah.
so what we got? Probably about 7 to 8 bottles in.
Oh, we're more than that.
More than that.
We started with 6.
Started with 6.
You put 2 full bottles last week.
It wasn't full, but
Yeah, we're close.
close. So
And then we've put 4 episodes of 2 ounces per pour.
about 9.
We probably got 9. We're gonna. I tell you what. We're gonna
How
taste
about-
it
how
first, and then
about-
we're gonna pick a bottle and we're gonna put it in.
How about one from the episode? We let people pick.
Oh no, because I'm not pouring $130
No,
bottle
no,
in there.
not the Peerless Toasted. I'm saying no. Yeah, no, not the Mickners either.
Yeah, the best thing is probably pick something. We'll just pick something that.
Most of those bottles have dried up corks and not that good anymore.
I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna taste this, and then we may take that Elijah Craig toasted. Yeah. So we may take that Elijah Craig toasted barrel. So I'm definitely not pouring the copper in there. We may take that Elijah Craig toasted barrel and we just pour the whole bottle in there. Just
Go ahead.
yeah, we'll do that. I tell you what, that's my commitment. We're gonna take that Elijah Craig toasted and we're gonna pour it in there.
All right.
Oh, we gotta open this vent because if not, it comes out slow.
Yeah, but be careful because it came out fast last time. Go ahead and give me some out of yours.
Oh, that ain't much.
Don't put me too much. A little taste. That's good.
All right.
A little taste.
That's good. Right there. Look, I'll leave that crack.
Wow.
Shut up. Really?
Wow. So
Yeah,
we
so-
had a caramel smell last time. It's more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man, that is amazing.
It's crazy how that can change so much in such a short period of time.
In a week.
It's 6 days.
In 6 days.
Now, we've added some stuff to it since, but that smells amazing. And I still smell the cordial cherries.
Yep.
I still smell the chocolate covered cherries in there.
Now it almost smells like the turtle candy. You know what I'm saying?
Look, for all of you that's still watching, I'm going to apologize in advance that we're not doing the sample this week. Because if you smelt what we smell, Doug, we may let you smell that on Saturday, brother. If you smell what we smell, you might have a hernia.
So it's like, I don't know. I get the cordial cherry, and then I get like the turtle candy.
I get turtle
You know,
candy. It's
the-
kind of
like the-
like a caramel chocolate mixed with chocolate covered cherries. It's a very
Wow.
unique smell.
And that's what I get on the smell. We'll go ahead and taste it.
I'm 100% in agreement.
Yep.
That's it. All right, let's see what it tastes like. Here's
Cheers.
Infinity Barrel number 4 sample.
Mind blowing, dude. I ain't gonna lie. Compared from last week to this
Shit.
week. Yeah, yummy is an understatement.
You have no idea, Jay.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this because everything about this barrel has been absolutely incredible. I'm gonna say this because it's important to be honest about this. It is sweeter than my liking, which tells me that what Doug brought to the table may be our next episode is hazmat. Because I feel like it needs some more barrel proof. It needs some strength.
You fixing to put a whole bottle of barrel proof here in a second.
Is that toasted barrel? No, toasted barrel is not barrel proof. It's 94.
Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I
Jay,
thought it
I'm
said
good.
barrel proof.
I'll be honest with you. And look, I'm not a big fan of overly sweet stuff. It's a little sweeter than my likings. But when I'm telling you it is delicious,
Oh, it's good. Absolutely
oh
good.
gosh.
It tastes like chocolate caramel cheesecake to me.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sweet and the bitterness from like a cheesecake. Dude, this is freaking fantastic.
You're making me want to cheese.
No. All right. You know what I just got? Frosting.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Luna.
You know, I told you trying to keep the dog out of here.
Hey, Laura.
He lets the dog in the other
We
dog.
got a visitor.
We got a visitor, you guys. Hey,
Hey,
everybody
baby,
say
look.
hello to Laura.
Say, hey, Laura. My little rocking queen right here. Wave. Say, hey, people.
So realistic. It's a little sweeter than my likings, but it tastes like good
Later, Ben.
frosting. It tastes like good frosting off of a good cake. Like good
All right,
chocolate
baby.
frosting.
Take Luna. Go
Take
in the
Luna
living
with you,
room.
baby.
Almost finished.
We almost done.
We'll go
We'll
see.
go be nice to her.
TTT. Look, Abigail
Abby.
said, hi, Laura. Say, hey. Look at
Look
the
at the
phone
camera
right
on the
there.
stand up there.
Wave at the phone. Puppy.
Laura,
Say, hey,
Look where
puppy.
Aiden's at.
Wave.
Perfect.
Miss Tammy said, hey, my beautiful Laura.
Take Luna with you.
Take Luna with you.
Sure.
Laura
be
and
careful.
Luna. Yep.
Look,
Luna, go ahead. Go ahead, baby.
No, it's
Go
okay.
ahead.
We
We're
almost done,
we're gonna
girl.
play with you in a little bit. Go ahead. Oh well.
Oh, we can leave Luna. It's okay. All right. So
All right.
So realistically, that's the taste. Is this? It tastes like good chocolate frosting.
Yep.
Like, look, it's sweeter than what I like, but I'm telling you, Doug, this is gonna blow your mind. This is gonna make you say, "Holy shit!" Now we're about to mess it up. We're gonna add a bottle of Elijah Craig into it.
Yep.
I'm gonna kill that because golly, that's good.
Yep.
Mm. Grab me that Elijah Craig. So as
All right,
promised,
guys. This is gonna make it bottle number 10.
so what
Put
I will tell you
Infinity
is
Barrel.
this bottle is unopened.
Oh.
So it is exactly one bottle of Elijah Craig toasted. Now I kind of want to taste because I've never tasted this yet, and I've always been told that it's absolutely incredible. I'm a big fan of Elijah Craig
So
pours.
tonight,
see,
I'm sorry, I hadn't been looking at the TikTok comments. We don't get the TikTok comments on our screen. I got to look at it on my phone. So we sipped the Penelope Louisiana toasted.
Sweet.
We sipped the Basil Hayden toasted. We sipped the Peerless toasted.
Did the copper and cast
And
toasted.
then we had the Copper and Cast toasted.
The copper and cask and the peerless toasted both got perfect scores, 20 out of 20.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Elijah Craig toasted barrel. Well, I want to taste it first, yeah. But here we go.
What are you
Gone.
doing?
Pouring it into the infinity barrel. We're making our own barrel of bourbon.
Oh. Still adding those too?
No, that's what we picked
So
on
Thomas,
the meal.
I've had some mixed reviews of it. I've had one buddy tell me it's one of his favorites to date, and then I've had one guy tell me that it was just kind of meh. But in my experience with Elijah Craig, I have not had a bad Elijah Craig to date. Even the small batch is just a good pour. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, so yeah, we'll see. Now we're not going to do another sample. We're going to let that soak till next week or week after. Sorry, because I'll be gone for a week.
Elijah Craig toasted is kind of to me.
Oh, that funnel tastes a little strange for me. So we're going to highlight what we had tonight. We did the pour of Penelope, or in for famous words,
Pennyloaf.
Pennyloaf. Some Pennyloaf toasted Louisiana edition. We had some Basil Hayden toast. We had some Peerless toasted, perfect score, Peerless. And we had Copper and Cask toasted,
Also was a perfect score,
also a perfect score.
which is
So I want to say that
very
scoring
rare
tonight
for
went.
both of us.
Oh, Neil, we at my house, brother. When you gonna come visit with us?
Hey, Neil,
I'm closer to
Dude,
you now. Look,
come
man,
get on the episode, man.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Come hang out, drink with us.
I'm right here on the River Road now in St. James, not far from the Sunshine Bridge. So we're close. But this is my man cave. So yeah, our scoring tonight, Penelope, I want to say was a 16 out of 20. The Basil Hayden was a 15 out of 20. No, might have been less than that.
Basil Hayden,
Yeah, you gave it a.
I gave it a 7,
and I gave it a 6.
and
It
you
was a
were you were
13.
kind of
Yeah, so it was a
iffy.
13 out of 20.
Yeah,
Both the Peerless toasted and the Copper and Cast toasted were both perfect scores, 20 out of 20. It was a hell of an episode, and what we've discovered is we love some toasted barrel.
Yep.
Dude, them Penelope toasted 116. The store picks are incredible, all of them. I've had 7 or 8 of them. They're so consistent and they're incredible.
making silly faces, seeing yourself on the TV.
Laura said she's being a movie star today.
You got to look at the camera over here.
I mean, she just has to see herself doing it. So
But yeah, so what a good episode. We also added a full bottle of the Elijah Craig toasted. I hadn't opened it yet. I feel like I'm not going to miss it. I've got 9 or 10 other bottles of the Barrel Proof and the private selects of the Elijah Craig, and I've always liked Elijah Craig, so I'm all right with it. Guys, I think on the next episode, if we can make it happen, it'll probably be Friday, March 14th, and I think we're going to do hazmat. What you think?
I agree.
So the highest proof bottle I have on the shelf is a Willet Purple Top at 134. Makes your face numb. Really strange. But I've got a bunch of bottles at a 125 and above. So I think we're going to do a hazmat episode. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments if y'all want to see hazmat. And we'll roll with that. Let's aim for March 14th. Guys, if we don't make March 14th, understand we're traveling to Austin, Texas for a show on March 13th, the Thursday night, March 13th. And then we're coming home to prepare for Zena's on March 15th in Thibodaux. So if we don't make March 14th, we apologize. Maybe so, Doug.
He might.
Maybe.
Look, we get the end of the show entertainment.
Yeah. We get
Laura.
our own dancer. We have our own personal dancer. Baby shark, do, baby shark.
There we go.
Yeah, guys, look, it's been a great episode. It looks like we lost comments. I don't know. Does those switchers on there say we lost comments?
Yes, hazmat.
I don't know where you're seeing that at. We lost comments on this thing on the right.
The comments are popping up, though.
They're popping up, but so Jay, I think hazmat is the way to go. And I think that I can scrounge up enough bottles to have 6 or 7.
Oh, yeah, and I got a couple at the house I could bring, too.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, it was just on that end.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, so, Thomas said hazmat. Yep. Tammy, what you say, girl? It's taking a second for it to load.
It's because I see movie.
Oh, okay.
Why you
So-
singing, girl?
So I think on the hazmat. So
Hazmat.
we've got 3 hazmats for sure. Look, we've got more than 3 people in the comments. Let us know. You want to see hazmat? We'll hammer some hazmat. So just an indication of hazmat. We're looking at Willet Purple Top. This also might be very close to an allocation style.
130 proof, and
Yeah, my hazmat is 134.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good, Doug. But we're looking at 130. I've got Stag Junior, which is 128, somewhere
Yeah.
around there. I've got quite a few bottles that are in the. I've got some Barrel Proof Elijah Craig that's in the 120 ranges.
I got a couple bottles at home I'm gonna bring also.
I think we can scrounge 6 or 7
Between
bottles.
the 2 of us, oh yeah.
Now, we'll tell you, we're going to try our best not to turn the hazmat episode into an allocation episode, because I've also got some allocations that we're going to do a whole separate episode, and some allocations are going to hit this barrel. We have to hit some allocations in this barrel. But all in all, guys, this barrel has been turning into an incredible endeavor. We are so happy. I know
Hey,
all
Doug,
of you
that's
said,
cool. We'll take it. We'll put it in the barrel if you want to.
yeah. So look, you've been very vocal with us and letting us know that you want us to do the samples. Tammy, I tell you what, let's make that happen, Tammy. Let's aim for March 14th, and we're going to try to shoot on March 14th between the shows. We're going to come home from Austin, Texas on the 14th. We're going to try to shoot that night, and then we got the show in Thibodaux on the 15th. So let's aim for that. We would love to have our very first sponsor on our show, and one of our best friends, Miss Tammy Waits. We would love to have that. But we're going to do our best and make sure that the hazmat and the allocation doesn't crisscross with each other. I think I've got enough allocations here to where we can do the 2 separate.
Yeah, and I
Obviously, the Willet Purple
got
Top.
some at home. I got the Elijah Craig 18-year. Dude,
I've got the whole Weller Rainbow. I mean, we can pick.
Yeah, I got plenty that I'm just not thinking about that I got stuffed in the back of the cabinet.
I've got E.H. Taylor's. I've got the whole Weller Rainbow.
I'll pull out for that episode.
I've got Rock Hill Farms. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we've got Caribou Crossing. I've got all the Blantons. I've got I've got some allocations, so we can make that work. Guys, look, it's been a hell of an episode. I think with 2 perfect scores, That is absolutely
Insane.
insane. But I think it's well deserved. I think the Copper and Cast to me is the winner of the episode, and I think that ultimately Copper and Cast Toasted is up in the runnings for Bourbon of the Year 2025.
Yep.
And if you don't know, you better find out quick. And if you can find it, get it. Hocus Pocus Prairieville. Don't fuck around. Go get it. It's a limited edition. Go get it.
If they still have it.
If they still have it. Doug, we will touch base between now and Saturday. We're going to make this happen. For all of you guys out there watching, thank you so much for the support. We want to give a huge shout out to Miss Tammy Waits with T3 Treasures and Gifts. Thank you so much for always doing everything that you do for us. We love you wholeheartedly. You are one of the best things that's ever happened to all of us in our lives as a whole.
Give a huge shout out to Kevin Harris,
with
with Man Cave Candles.
Company. Make sure you check out Man Cave Candles on Etsy. Don't mess around and skip over on these candles. You're going to love them. Thomas, absolutely look up this Copper and Cask. You will not be disappointed.
Yes, the toasted.
No, the Toasted and the Barrel Strump.
Yep.
Jay, we love you, brother. Thank you for being here. Until next time, let's aim for March 14th. Until next time, I'm Chet.
I'm John.
And we are
Bourbon
Bourbon Budz. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.